Hello students, welcome to Java programming course. Event handling is also an additional concept for Java programming course, and this is out of beyond syllabus. Beyond the syllabus, this topic gives you some more additional knowledge on how event can be handled in Java, and whenever we work with applets point of view, or when this need some gives you some additional knowledge, right? And these are the topics to be covered today in this video about event handling introduction and the delegation model, event model for handling events in Java programs, and what are the events and event sources, event listeners, and event classes. Then some set of example programs. Okay. The first concept is introduction. Here in this event handling, and it is fundamental to Java program but because it is integral part to the creation of applets. And in the last video, we seen that applets, how to create the interfaces based applications. In the same way, here also, it is fundamental to this programming where we create some applets in our program. There's some events to be happen in that applet, and that is required for us to organize some graphic user interface type of applications. And applets are event driven programs. So to create applets and effectively work with these applications, specifically about the graphic interface point of view, that applets are event driven programs, and that programs may use graphical user interface to interact with the user, and it need to be respond to the user according to the event generated by that user through that application. And here it is helps you to handle such events generated in that applet. And furthermore, any program that uses this graphical user interface, and you are creating some applications, especially in Windows, and all those things will be considered as an event driven programs. And some events are supported by number of packages, and those include in the package called java.util and java.abstract window toolkit and abstract window toolkit in specifically that event class, right? Got it? Next one is the delegation event model. So based on this model, in the previous versions, that it means before that Java 1 and 1.0, 1 point like that. In those cases, and two ways they can be handled, the older version and the new versions. But nowadays we are using the modern approach to handle events based on this delegation event model. So what this event delegation event model defines. So this defines standard and consistent mechanisms to generate and process that events generate in our programs. And its concept is quite simple and very simple to handle that events using based on this model in a new era. So here a source generates, and to generate an event, we need a source, right? So that source, what type of source it may be, it generates an event. When it generates an event, and that event sends to one or more listeners. And there are some listeners that are waiting for two event generated by sources. In this case here, the listener simply waits until it receives an event. Whenever the event listener is there, he is always waiting for to receive an event from that uh, event generated by the source. Once an event is received, and what this listener do? This listener processes that event and then returns in it a form of reply to that source who generates that an event. And this is the basic phenomena of the delegation event model. And inside that, what actually some more thing points to be needed. In this delegate event model, listeners must register with a source. So then only that event generated by the source will be sent to that particular listener who registered with that source, right? So in order to receive an event notification, it is mandatory for the listeners to register with the sources, right? Then this provides an important benefit for notifications are sent only to listeners that want to receive them. So even there are many listeners for an events to be generated in our program, but we want to make some of those listeners only active to receive that events to handle and return to the source with an reply. So generally this is a more efficient way to handle events than the design used in by the old Java 1.0 approach. But nowadays, most of the Java programs, but still these old type designed event handling are still used in usage. But modern programs nowadays mainly using this delegation event model. And this is the general model phenomena life cycle here created. There is an event source, you know that, and it creates event objects. That objects may create that listener object and who registered with this source, right? They got those events generated by this source, right? So once it receives that one events generated by the source and it implements that listener interfaces to handle that event in a proper or appropriate based on the methods defined in that interface of that listener. So it is very simple process. The events are generated by event source by creating some event objects, and that event objects are received by that listener objects. Why? Because this listener are registered with this source event generator. So to receive that events generated, right? After receiving this one, how this can be processed that events received. So based on the methods defined in the that particular listener interface. So that's why this listener object is processed by implementing that listener interface based on that method and the situation and what based that event is generated by that source. Based on that method, appropriate method, it handles and process and then it returns to that user. Okay, it's a simple process. And next one, so let me show you what are the events. We have event sources from where that event has been generated and what are the event listeners available and what are the event classes are listed here. So coming to in the delegation model, an event is an object as I shown in the diagram. An event is an object that describes a state change in a source, right? It can be generated as okay. So here that the generated many type of events may be generated and a person can interact with that events to be and by processing them into using the listeners. So here some of the activities that cause events to be generated are just like the example says pressing a button that can be one event generated in that graphical user inter application so that can be handled or entering any character via keyboard. It also an event generated in that computer. Through that application, we can handle that one. We can process that event and selecting an item in a list as it is also an event. Clicking the mouse is also one of the type of event we are going to handle through Java application programs. These events may also occur that are not directly caused by interactions with the user interface. And we'll see these things in the program also. And coming to the event sources, and the previous one we listed the way the events can be generated. Here, the source of these events generally, a source is an object that generates an event, right? This occurs when an internal state of an object changes in some way that sources may generate more than one type of event. And I will show you in the list where how these sources of events possibly generate these events. A source must register listeners in order to listeners to receive notification about a specific type of event. Each type of event has its own registration method. There is no particular, the registration process is when the event object is created and that event object is based on that listener method, and we need to register that listener, and that listener to register to with the source. There is a specific process to individual event and event listeners, and listener is also an object that is noticed when an event occurs. There are two major requirements. The first, it must have been registered with one or more sources. Definitely, then only we can able to handle that event generated in our programs and to receive notification about such type of specific type of events generated based on that register that listener going to receive that event, right? Second, it must implement methods to receive the process of this notification. Definitely, this listener must implement that listener interface and implement those methods given by that interface to handle or to process this event received from source. And the methods receive and process events are defined in a set of interfaces found in this package called java.awt, right? Abstract window toolkit.event class. For example, so what type of event listeners we have? Mouse motion listener interface. So here this mouse motion listener interface is mainly observes what the mouse is doing in the application. Particularly, it defines two methods. Receive notification when the mouse is dragged. When the mouse is dragged, that it means clicked and dragged. When we press and when we click the mouse without releasing, we are dragging that one. And you may need this type of events generally in your application programs. And also sometimes you need to move that mouse from one location of the monitor to another location of the monitor. And these two methods are defined inside Java because to identify, to handle the events, nothing but mouse motion listeners. There are many type of listeners there, and I will show you that next. Event classes here. The classes that represent events are at the core of Java's event handling mechanism. And the most widely used events are that of mainly this abstract window toolkit, and those some defined by this swing. And we know the same from the applet also. We can define and work with applets based on these two concepts, swings as well as AWT. And in the last class, we defined about, we mainly discussed about this AWT. Same here also the same thing. At the root of the Java event class hierarchy is event object, and which is a Java util package. And also package this event defines many type of events that are generated by various user interface elements. Both the ways, this also provides many type of events, and some set of classes are defined for event to be generated in the programs. And these are the set of event classes and their descriptions given here. Action events. So it is mainly related to button release. Button is pressed. The item, the list item, something list items given. And when you double click on this one and menu item is selected like that, all these things are considered as action event. Adjustment events, scroll bar type of manipulated operations. Component event, something component hidden, component moved, resized, becomes visible, everything. You are all doing all these operations in your graphical user interface. Suppose when I was preparing PPT, sometimes you may move that box item, some image from this location to that location, or whatever. All these are considered as something events generated on your computer. And internally in Java, we have a mechanism to handle such an events generally to processed. And I will show you in the example program how they can be handled in a simple way. Okay, some mouse events there, mouse event there, text event, window event. There are many. And I told you that these event classes are the mainly uh, provides you the way they can generate events. For example, action events, they generate some events. To handle that events to be processed, we must need a listener interfaces according to these event classes, right? So that is action listener should be there to handle and process those events generated by the sources from the various classes. The same way here, mouse event, there are some mouse listener there, mouse motion listener class is there, and this provides some methods to take care of this motion listener, and this also provides some methods to find out the motion listener, mouse listener like. So everything there, text item there, text item listener there, text event there, text listener there, window event, window listener, everything. So whatever the source how we have event to generate, there should be an listener interface to implement that one. And coming to that example programs today, going to show you the way how can we these events can be handled. For example, consider one simple example here. I have taken this for graphics point of view, and this event class. This is one of the package class available in this package, and class name is event one that extends frame. Frame is a class, and also in parallelly it implementing that action listener interface. So here this class event class extends frame and implements this action listener. So I have a text field here and one constructor. Inside of this constructor, I show you the process of first create the event components, right? So here I'm going to create one text field. So that text field, I'm setting one bounds for that. So what type of text field bounds I'm taking? So for example, I'm giving some measures. Measures based on that, it is going to create one text field in your applet window. Okay, or maybe something application interface in the application interface. In the same way, I also I'm creating some button in that area. So and text on that button is click me, or you can change whatever it like, right? And you can also set some boundaries, set bounds to that related to button object. Here it is text field object, here it is button field object. Some measurements given to create some box like this, and text written in that is click me, right? Like this. So these are called some components to help you to interaction, that is mean user interface interaction, and it responds to your events. That this program responds to your events generated by this type of components you created in your program. So this part of code is create components. Then for this type of components, we need a listener, right, to handle such events. So register that listener. So I'm creating one listener to this button event. So there is a button event I created. Some one button is created and click me operation. So what the type of event to be generated here it is, that may be button click. So click, that's why we need an action listener. So for this object, I am adding one action listener into that particular current object and passing current instance, that is nothing but object B, and add components set size, layout, and visibility. So add that button, add text field to the interface, and set size, set layout, set visible is true, then only they will visible. And inside of this one, and one event is created and listener is registered. Now action to be performed, action event to be generated, right? When you click this mouse, when you click the button on the interface, then what action to be performed? Then there is a function called action performed, and it takes one action event object, right? Action event is nothing but the class, that action class, event class. That event class exam object through we can create that text field need to be respond and set some text in that field is welcome. So when you click on this one, then some text message will display here like welcome, right? This the action to be performed. So event is created and event component set, register the listener, and these components are added to the interface. Then we are performing some action. So all these things, how this can be happen. So everything, event, create component, register listener, and adding components, action perform, all of these are placed in my constructor of the class. So then what happens when I'm creating an object of this event one class? So all these operations are sequentially performed in order. Okay. Then what is the output of this one is, so run this one as usual, compile this one first, Java C event one class dot Java. Then you write directly run using Java command Java event one. Then it displays one window like this, one text field and one button field. And button text is click me. When you click the button here, something welcome message is displayed in the text field. That is the response. So to close this window, and it directly when you pressing this one, it will not close. And you go to command prompt and press Control C to close that window at command prompt. Okay, got it? I will show you the process based on the examples here. So this is the code I have taken into the same button component and everything is same. I'm going to run this one event one class, right? Go to command prompt, go to your current directory, that is E directory, and my current directory is Java, and clear string, then Java C event one dot Java. As it is compiled, run it Java space event one. As it is, one window is created. I will share with you. Just right. Yes, it is. As you got this one, so one text field is created and one button is there, and button on text on the button is click. When you click this one, some welcome message is displayed in the text field. So this is the one action to be generated in an interface, and this user interaction program, right? The events generated on this interface and responding, right? And interacting with you, right? So this is called handling events generated in a simple way. This is very simple one program, and you can do many of this type of programs by considering the event classes, and you can register listeners, and you can handle those events based on the methods defined in the event interfaces. Okay. Next, coming to the another simple program, that is the event 2, that quite be interested about mouse listener, right? So that's why I have taken event class 2, extends frame, uh, implements mouse listener. Now I'm going to study about the mouse listeners. When the mouse is entered into my application area, exited, when I press mouse, then it event has to be handled. When the mouse release, when the mouse click, like that, right? Okay. Then coming to here, I have created one label. That label displays about your mouse listener. So when you generate an events with respect to the mouse device, then that events may be generated differently. So to take those events to handle, I'm going to create labels differently. So in my constructor, I am first adding some that mouse listeners, add mouse listener of my current objects. So one label is that created, and set bounds that label with these measurements and add that label to the interface. Okay, so this is the way. This is component registration, right? That mouse uh, listener registration, and this is adding the component to the file and setting the size, layout, and visibility. And after this one, you need to perform some action. So what type of actions you can perform by the mouse device? You can perform mouse click. So action taken, then mouse event object, just simply the text, whatever the label here which you created through L, then set that text to that label image as mouse click. The same way mouse entered that box, then display text like mouse entered, mouse exited, mouse pressed, mouse released. In the way differently you can observe the mouse listeners and the events generated by the mouse by pressing, clicking like that. Okay, all these are when you create an object of this one. So first show the output of this one. Compile as usually by using javac and run this Java event 2. Then initially you will get the box window like this. When you enter the mouse into this area, one text message will display like mouse entered. When you exit the mouse from this area, then mouse exited message will be displayed on the screen. When you click on the mouse that it is pressed, it will inform you that you pressed the mouse. When you click that mouse, everything will be right. So to close that window, you need to press Control C at command prompt. Otherwise, it will not close. Okay. So once again, go to the command prompt for first go to the program. So take this one class event 2 that extends frame and implements mouse listener. You can also do program with mouse motion listener also. There it mouse drag, mouse mode like that. The same way here have taken these type of actions to be generated from mouse uh, using mouse device. I'm going to handle those events generated by that mouse device by the user. Go to the command prompt here, then run Control C here to press. Okay. Then event 2, it is compiled, then run it as just right. I will share this screen. Yes. Initially, it is showing just nothing. All area is clear, and when I'm entering the mouse here, just it is. When mouse entered, and when it displaying the string like this, right? When the mouse is going out of the area, mouse exited. Now I'm going to press the mouse and click like that, right? Mouse released. So this type of informations may handle all some type of, these are events considered to be based on the device mouse. Okay. I hope you understood the concepts of these event handling based on some two examples. There are many there. For your basic knowledge only, I'm explaining this. And from the next video, we're going to directly see work with the JDBC. Okay. These are the references. Thank you.